Introduction: Marriage, commitment, and lifestyle change. Marriage has always been one of the most important issues in human life, and in every society, it has had its own specific form and framework. Over time, as special economic and cultural conditions have changed, the definition of marriage has also evolved. Today, many young people are looking for different ways to experience emotional relationships and shared life. One of these models that is widely discussed nowadays is white marriage. In some societies, white marriage is accepted and considered a temporary stage before a formal marriage. However, in Iranian society, this model of relationship is still controversial, and there are various opinions about it. Some see it as a sign of freedom, of choice, and a chance in lifestyle, while others believe that this type of relationship, especially for women, can have negative consequences. In this podcast, we want to explore what white marriage really is, why some people support it and others oppose it, and whether it could be the right choice in our society or not. What is white marriage? White marriage is a new term used to describe relationship when two people live together without registering their marriage legally or religiously. In this type of relationship, the formal commitments of traditional marriage are absent, and both parties have more freedom. However, this freedom also comes with fewer responsibilities and specific challenges. This model of relationship is more common in Western countries and often ends in a formal marriage. However, in Iran, due to the traditional and cultural structure of society, it is still met with resistance. The most significant challenge of this type of relationship is that it has no clear legal standing in Iran, which can create enormous problems for individuals involved. Advantages and disadvantages of white marriage. Advantages. Number 1, better understanding of each other. Some believe that living together without formal commitment allows people to have better understanding of each other and gain experience in cohabitation before making the big decision of marriage. Number 2, reduce social and economic pressure. In today's world, there are costs of marriage, shared life are high. So, white marriage offers some individuals a way to elevate financial and social pressure. Number 3, more flexibility. In this model of relationship, people have more freedom, and if they feel that they are not suitable for each other, they can separate without the legal and social complications of divorce. And now, disadvantages and challenges. Number 1, lack of legal and social support. In Iran, white marriage has no specific legal definition, which means that if problem arise, particularly for women, there is no legal support available. Number 2, social rejection. Iranian society still does not recognize this type of relationship, which can have a negative effects of the individuals involved, especially women, in terms of their social standing and reputation. Number 3, no guarantee of relationship stability. Statistics show that many of these relationships end in separation after a while. In contrast, formal marriage, while it's legal and familial commitments, tends to have a higher likelihood of stability. Alternatives to white marriage. Now, that we have seen that white marriage faces many challenges in Iran, it's worth considering if there are alternative situations and solutions to reduce the pressure of marriage. In the past, long-term engagements were common in Iran, where both parties were committed to each other but had not yet taken on all responsibilities of a shared life. This model can be a suitable alternative, offering more understanding while avoiding the problems and harms associated with white marriage. Another alternative could be modern marriages with mutually agreed conditions. This means that two people, before entering into a formal marriage, discuss the boundaries of their relationship and agree on certain aspects, such as how financial and familial responsibilities will be managed during the initial years of their life together. Summary and conclusion. White marriage is a new phenomenon in our society that has generated various opinions. Some see it as a symbol of freedom of choice, while others believe that it can have negative consequences, especially for women. Given the culture and social situation in Iran, this type of relationship can be harmful to many people, especially women, because it does not offer the legal and social protections that a formal marriage does. Instead of fully accepting or rejecting this concept, it might be more responsible to look for legal situations to ease their responsibilities of marriage. Ultimately, the most important point is that every individual should make an informed discussion before entering any type of relationship, considering all its aspects. Whether traditional or modern marriage is an important and impactful decision in each person's life, and it's best made for awareness, understanding, and consideration of all its dimensions. White marriage and social challenges. In Iranian society, white marriage is a sensitive topic that requires careful examination of its social, legal, and cultural impacts. The society needs to address this topic with caution and work toward increasing awareness about the various aspects of white marriage, understanding the legal consequences of white marriage. One of the most significant and negative consequences of white marriage in Iran is the lack of legal framework to protect the rights of parties, especially women. In case of conflict, to discover women may find themselves in a difficult position without the legal rights they would have in formal marriage. Protecting women's rights in white marriage. Providing legal protection for women in formal relationships like white marriage is crucial. There need to be legal gratuities that protect the rights of all parties involved and help prevent potential injustice or exacerbation. The emotional stability impact of white marriage. Although white marriage offers more freedom to both parties, it can also lead to lack of commitment, increasing the chances of emotional separation. In many cases, one party might feel that there is no real commitment from the other, leading to instability in the relationship. Impact of white marriage on family structure. The family structure is one of the most important foundations of traditional societies. Since white marriage is not formally recognized, it might awaken the structure and affect children if they are involved in such relationship. Balancing traditional and modern approaches to marriage. To find a balance between tradition and modernity in marriage, we need to think about how integrate culture and social changes while maintaining gender equality and protection of individual rights.